Welcome to a video where I show some sins that didn't make it into the final cut. This video can only be viewed via the Sins playlist, so probably only like 3 people have seen it, but I hope those 3 people enjoyed it. There will be no fourth wall breaks.
Shit. Also, I know, right? This is what I look like? Wow, I didn't picture me like that at all.
There will be no fourth wall breaks.
Shit. Also, I know, right? Why did I forget to turn my fucking head?
Okay, I'm going to make a wild prediction here and say that since this video is 19 minutes long, that most of the sins in this video aren't going to be actual sins, but are going to be sinning things that the movie is completely aware of and did intentionally. If I'm wrong, I'll take the sin off, but I don't think I'm going to have to take the sin off. All I ask is that you don't sin the meta jokes in this movie just because they're meta jokes.
Movie acknowledges the existence of Ryan Reynolds in this world, so how come Wade Wilson doesn't constantly get barraged by autograph hounds and paparazzi when he is so clearly Ryan Reynolds?
This magazine cover doesn't actually have Ryan Reynolds' name on it at any point. And I'm willing to bet that if you'd seen this in the majority of movies, you wouldn't have assumed it's supposed to be Ryan Reynolds. You would have assumed that it's Ryan Reynolds' character, and that this cover is a little piece of exposition to let us know that our character is both well known and regarded as very sexy. Because, you know, in most movies that would be the only reason to show something like this. That means that the only way you could really have known that this is supposed to be Ryan Reynolds instead of Wade Wilson is because you both understand and get the meta joke. So, to sum up, in this sin where you pretend not to understand the nature of a meta joke, you ironically demonstrate your full understanding of what a meta joke is.
Is that an Adventure Time watch? Jesus, pander to the nerds much? Also, reference that will be outdated and downright lost to time within a few short years cliché.
The fact that you said cliché there makes it sound like it was an intentional decision. As if writers are out there going, well, this reference is okay, but what I really want is a reference that soon will be dated.
Deadpool waits patiently for the convoy of bad guys to show up, but how did he know they'd even take this route, or which vehicles to look for?
Jeremy wonders how Deadpool knows something when he's a character who can break the fourth wall.
He's got a nice pair of smooth criminals down under.
Making me mentally picture Hugh Jackman's presumably shaved testicles.
I don't think anyone was picturing them until you said that, Jeremy, but thanks for the mental image. Actually, this one is really hard to shift, so...
I love what this movie is going for, and I actually totally buy the love between these two, but the amount of sex shown, and the length of time it goes on, totally unrealistic to any real relationship I've ever known in real life.
You're saying that this kind of sex life is unrealistic, but Ryan Reynolds is the kind of man whose name often ends sentences that begin with the words, I'm not gay, but... Men like him are not bound by the same earthly sexual limits that bind the common man. I'm pretty sure he could get the Pope into a gimp suit, if that's what he so chose to do. You know, I'm starting to feel like if I don't want to be a hypocrite, I should either stop complaining about unpleasant mental images, or stop mentioning things like the pimp in a goat suit. Yes. Oh, I think that might be the first blooper that's actually making it into this content somehow.
Deadpool intentionally breaks all his hands and feet in fruitless attacks on Colossus, then saws off his hand to escape. My question is, what happens if he falls and splats on the street, instead of lucking out and falling into a moving garbage truck?
Jeremy sins the movie for something that didn't happen.
And someone saw Eastern Promises as well.
69.
Looks on everything.
Looks are everything.
Deadpool teaches millions of teenagers the wrong lesson.
I think it's fairly safe to say that anyone looking to Deadpool for moral guidance has already started down a path of poor life decisions. In this bonus round at the end, you take off sins for Deadpool's best meta jokes, which is good, but you're taking off sins for things that you added sins for earlier in the video, which tells me that you were perfectly aware that none of those things were actually sins and were just including them for filler.